Okay, hi guys. I hope you're doing well. Um, Tonight I'm going to talk about the book I read that is called Strangers on a Train. And let's begin. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about some kind of facts about the writer. Then I will try to briefly tell the story. Then I will explain why I think it is a good book. And in that section, I'm going to um, talk about the three elements that I found that was for me, the most important. That actually they are two psychological elements that makes the story plot goes all over around them. So let's begin. Okay, about the writer. Her name is Patricia Highsmith. She was born in 1921 and she passed away in 1995. She was a novelist known by her plays about guilt, lies, and crime, which are the three concepts or terms that I choose to talk about. She also is known about her well-characterized characters, um, which are often kind of close or similar to psychopathy. Her first novel was Strangers on a Train, which came out in 1950. And this is the book that I am going to talk about. Her genre is suspense and psychological thriller. So yeah, actually that's why I really like the book. I guess it was interesting. So yeah, let's continue. Okay, so about the story. Um like I mentioned before, it is a psychological drama or suspense. The story took place in a train, like the name of the book says. It all begins with two guys. Well, yeah, and the name of the first one is Guy. He was kind of reserved and quiet person, and the other one um, was named Bruno, and he was actually kind of outgoing and a nosy person that in the first scene we can as a reader we can saw like guy trying to quietly or silently read a book on the train, but Bruno was the one that started the conversation, asking him about why he was reading about, and he started to make him a lot of questions, and guy was kind of um I don't know, maybe guy feel that the situation was kind of weird. So that's why I say that they are like that. um the night they met on that train, it had changed completely their lives, because even though they were like different, their personalities were kind of different. They um, get along well and end up drinking. So, because they were drinking, they get drunk and they made a kind of a deal in which Bruno was going to kill Guy's ex-wife, and Guy's was going to kill Bruno's father. And that's because, like I mentioned before, Bruno was kind of nosy and he started to ask him a lot of personal questions about if he were married or what was like his sentimental situation. And guy tell him that he hate um, or he feel kind of exhausted about how her ex-wife behaved about him. So um, they got like this thing in common. The guys hate hated his ex-wife, and Bruno hated his father because he was kind of um, not not as supportive a father. So he was like bad with Bruno, so that's why he hated him. Okay, so Bruno got so obsessed with Guy's life, he was kind of mad, to be honest. When you read the book, you can like immediately realize that he had mental issues or mental problems because he was like just a knowing guy, and he get quickly obsessed with his life to the point that after they met on the train 3 days after, sorry, Bruno murdered his ex-wife. I mean, guy's ex-wife. So that was uh, this is kind of the principal um, thing that makes the all the story like interesting, because when guy realized that at first he thought that Bruno was just kidding when he said that to to guy, and he didn't thought that and he didn't and he hadn't thought that Bruno was going to do it. So yeah, guy started to feel like guilty about it because he know like the intentions of Bruno, and he didn't do anything to stop him. So that's why he felt well bad with about himself. And Bruno started to treat him, sorry, guy, to tell his actual girlfriend at this moment, um, to tell the truth. I mean, how the things really happen. And at this moment, that's why I can say that um, maybe guy allowed himself to be manipulated by Bruno, because he from the very beginning, I mean, at the moment that he realized that Bruno killed his ex-wife, he could have gone to the police and tell them all the story. But instead of that, he was like um, so prone to feel guilt, and that was um, like the thing about the story. So um, yeah, because they have a deal from the beginning, Guy felt that the only way he had to get rid of everything that was happening in his life, like dealing or facing about this weight, or maybe this yeah this pressure that he was feeling, he thought that the only way was to kill Bruno's father, and unfortunately he ended up killing Bruno's father. So um at that moment, a detective from Bruno's family get into the or took place in the story, and started to make questions to Bruno and Guy about the two deaths, because at the beginning it was only Guy's ex-wife dead, but now they have to deal with the two deaths. I mean, with Bruno's father. So this detective was very good about about his work, his job, sorry. So yeah, he was like very um suspicious about all the situation. And like I already say, guy was like prone to feel guilt and get manipulated. So he felt that it was too much to face or to deal with, and he ended up like confessing all the truth to to his ex-wife boyfriend, because his ex-wife um, used to have a boyfriend, and because they were like drinking too, the other man didn't believe him. So he was like, no, you're kidding, that couldn't be possible. But something kind of weird, that at this moment the detective was listening the conversation between guys, between guy and guys, no, in between his ex-wife boyfriend. So because the detective heard all the story, he ended up like surrendering to the police, and that's how the story ends. Guys guy gone to go to prison or to jail, and in a so strangely way, Bruno died. So yeah, this is like a story. I mean, you can notice a lot of suspense and all the clearly elements, and yeah, that's how the story ends. So that's why I liked the book. Okay, so next, the three concepts that I picked was the anguish and the agony that guy guys felt. I guess that maybe this was like the main purpose of the book, or what the writer want us to know, um how guy was feeling at the moment he realized all the thing, and how can a guy was dealing with the pressure, and how he um, had to face it. So yeah, I really like the story because you can uh, put yourself in a guy's shoes, and you can say like, oh, poor guy. I mean, it wasn't his fault. Or yeah, he was like already mentioned before, so prone to get manipulated and feeling guilty. And that's why I choose these other two concepts. I guess, well, talking about psychology, they are so powerful because they can't like control or um yeah, like decide the course um or the direction uh, a person's life could take. I mean, if a person is surrounded by guilt, um that person could take decisions based on that guilt, or the opposite, he couldn't take decisions about their guilt. I guess that maybe we all know someone that because of the guilt um make things that actually they wouldn't have decided if they were feel like good or something like that. So I really like the book because obviously it represents something that is so common or used nowadays. I mean, this we can clearly watch these three concepts some in maybe our uh, relatives or friends or something like that. So yeah, that's what the book was about. this was the book was about. And yeah, I don't know if you have any questions or comments. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Mare, for your presentation. I would like to know if you had the opportunity to talk to Guy or Bruno, who would you prefer to talk? I mean, the story is like about suspense and kind of dark, but who would you rather like have a small talk with, Guy or Bruno?
Well, with Guy, because I feel that he was kind of lonely. He didn't have someone to talk to, and I guess that this is like this was the main thing that he uh, felt, that he couldn't like deal with all the pressure because he was with his girlfriend, but he didn't tell anything to her because he was afraid of her to judge him. So maybe I think that maybe if he yeah, could have told her about what he was going through or something like that, maybe he wouldn't kill Bruno's father. Because I guess like this is the worst thing of the story, that I mean Bruno was mad. I mean we all know that Bruno was crazy and we are okay with that. But Guy, no, I mean Guy was like um kind of submissive and vulnerable. So yeah, I would like to talk to Guy and tell him like wake up, or tell somebody else and don't do this. So yeah, thanks for asking.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Who your Can you tell us who your favorite character in the story was?
Okay. Well, like I already mentioned, maybe the main purpose of the book was to like feel Guy, and I get kind of related with Guy because I can feel like um he was um I don't know, maybe he was kind of um weak or vulnerable. So in that situations, maybe you just need someone else that extend his hand for you and tell you like, here I am and I want to help you. So maybe him, yeah, because I fully understand him, and yeah. Okay.
I am wondering if you were a guy, what will you do?
Okay. First of all, I will cry to like letting go all depression and things like that. And then I will tell someone that I uh, fully rely on the truth. And I have like this perception that maybe that will help him to not commit the crime, because now he was guilty. He was really guilty. I mean, he killed a person. So yeah. Okay, so thank you for listening, for paying attention, and for your questions. Okay, so see you.